8, 9, I just follow the signs. 10, kiss me in the rain. 1, 2, 3, you're too blind to see. 4, 5, 6, 8, I'm taking the rest. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the line. 10, kiss me in the rain. Children, we're just children. Children, we're just children. Play with me, I'll play with you. I just want us to be true. Tell me that you love me too. Or just give me a clue. Give me a clue. We're just children. We're just children. Children, children. One, two, three, you put your eyes on me. 4, 5, 6, and my feelings are mixed. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the signs. 10, kiss me in the rain. 1, 2, 3, you're too blind to see. 4, 5, 6, 8, I'm taking the rest. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the line. 10, kiss me in the rain. Children, we're just children. Children, we're just children. Play with me, I'll play with you. I just want us to be true. Tell me that you love me too. Or just give me a clue. Give me a clue. We're just children. We're just children. Children, children. feelings are mixed. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the signs. 10, kiss me in the rain. 1, 2, 3, you're too blind to see. 4, 5, 6, 8, I'm taking the risk. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the line. 10, kiss me in the rain. Children, we're just children. Children, we're just children. Play with me, I'll play with you. I just want us to be true. Tell me that you love me too. Or just give me a clue. Give me a clue. We're just children. We're just children. Children, children. One, two, three, you put your eyes on me. 4, 5, 6, and my feelings are mixed. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the signs. 10, kiss me in the rain. 1, 2, 3, you're too blind to see. 4, 5, 6, 8, I'm taking the risk. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the line. 10, kiss me in the rain. Children, we're just children. Children, we're just children. Play with me, I'll play with you. I just want us to be true. Tell me that you love me.
Good evening everybody for SLR Tier 2 in Portimao. And as you can see, we have cars on track. My name is Der Hammer, and joining me this evening is Boosted Mess. Hello Boosted.
Yep, hello, good evening everybody. Hope everybody's sat down, buckled in, ready to watch some exciting racing. The last two tiers have been quite frantic. We've had rain in Tier 3 and in Tier 4. So it'll be interesting to see what we get in this race. It actually looks like it's raining now. I can see rain falling in qualifying.
I see McKender on intermediates, everyone else on softs or mediums. Maybe some guys on the softs are trying to get a quick lap in while still dry. Could be, we don't know.
Yeah, it was quite a rush of cars trying to get out immediately at the start there, so I think you might be right with that.
Please let me know if the sound is okay, as I see Kopi having a very twitchy first corner. I don't know any of the corner names, by the way. It's it's a new circuit to me as well. Icewind is out on the intermediates as well. So what do you think? Looks like a wet-ish session then.
I think so, yeah. It looks like... I think it's going to be a case of everyone's going to have to try and get the laps in quickly now at the start of the session. And then I think the rest of the session's just going to become practice maybe. I'm going to guess we might be able to tell later on if we see cars parking in the pits and not really doing much in the way of driving, then we can maybe assume that we are going to have a dry race perhaps, and that's going to be it. Or if they're going to continue driving when it is raining in the qualifying, then we can maybe assume it's going to be a wet race and they're therefore utilising the rest of the quali time as a bit of a practice session.
Alrighty then. Yeah, very interesting situation here. From my onboard from copy, it looks fine at the moment. It is raining, but the track looks dry-ish. Although it is a bit dark, but maybe that's just how the asphalt is here.
We've just confirming in chat that we are going to have rain in qualifying, but it's going to be a dry race.
Okay.
We already have a yellow flag, but I think that's just people yielding.
Copy with that big moment in turn 1, a lot slower than Edge, who probably didn't have that mistake. And I think the guys who get a time in with the softs will be the leaders in the session. Doesn't look like there's much time.
Something interesting to note, although it won't affect us today if we are going to have a dry race, is that with the wet sessions that we have had yesterday and the day before, it seemed like the intermediates were actually able to be used in conditions that you perhaps would be considering using wets predominantly. It was a strange situation, but we certainly found that intermediates were running very, very well in very, very wet conditions, almost to the point where you didn't really need the wets.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's not too dissimilar from real life, where wets seem to be used only for like race starts when it rains, and then 3 laps in and they all go to intermediates.
Yeah.
It's a bit strange.
Of course, we saw that in Portimao, of course, in the real F1 as well. With I believe it was it Lance Stroll who did spectacularly well there on intermediate tyres.
Yeah, I believe so. So I'm watching what Meepo is doing on mediums. Why mediums though? That's a bit strange. McAnder on ice and on intermediates, but McAnder still haven't set a time yet. Yeah, it definitely looks like dry tires are the way to go for now.
Yeah, I think so too. Certainly for the meantime, it's nowhere near heavy enough rain yet. You can't see it running across the halo or anything yet, so
no.
Definitely dry conditions.
You can see some drops like on board, but it's not really. It doesn't really look very hard, or yeah, you can see some spikes, but it's not. It's not a lot. It's a drizzle.
Yep. But time's starting to slowly creep in then. I thought we would have had a few more times on the board by now. Half the field roughly having times in now, all the way down to P8. Beppo actually, I think, was on a lap just now, is invalidated.
Yeah, and we're with, it says 14 drivers, but there's 13. Fluffy Dave left the session as he isn't really registered in SLR. But he has chosen to quit, luckily. No Gangu situation here.
Sadly, I kind of like the Gengo carnage. It was,
it's one of the highlights of my YouTube channel.
Oh yes,
I made the Gengu video edit. I was actually in that race, you know.
Yeah, me too. I remember being in that one. Maybe we had to restart after the old mic. For those that don't know,
I saw him going at the inside. I'm like, whew, luckily I'm starting at the back.
Yeah, for anyone that's maybe new to watching SLR, that the funny story where we were racing, I think it was in the USA, in Austin, Texas, and we had that's correct, yeah, 2S race, and we had a random join the lobby and went through qualifying, no issues. Decided we would continue the league race despite it, and yeah, first lap of the first corner, he dive bombs from the very back of the grid, and he must have taken out at least 3 or 4 guys. Yeah. It was utter chaos.
It didn't really look like he used the brake pedal, or lift, for that matter.
No, it was just utter dive bomb. It was calculated.
Since then, we're kind of careful with randoms, as they can create the odd surprise. Crystal's now in P7 with an 18.6.
Yeah, his boys managed to DNF.
Yeah, he did the funny.
Yes, he spun wide, yeah.
Yeah. And McAnder is about 10 seconds off the pace on the intermediate, so safe to say it's not the best tire yet.
No, absolutely not.
As Kebab says, rip Ace Boy. Yeah, that seems to be the theme of his season. He's been very unfortunate, so to say. I don't know whether that's pure bad luck or also a bit down to the game. I haven't raced much in this game, but I did notice it's a bit more punishing, I guess, sometimes. Like if you take too much speed through a corner and you turn in too much, it's easier to spin than in last year's game.
Definitely.
Yeah, there's
the rain is definitely getting heavier now.
Yeah,
a lot heavier.
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing Crystals doing some rallycross through the grass. For sure, that's not the ideal speed, and yeah, he goes to the pit. There might be a quick end to the session then.
Yeah, this I think faster times are probably already in there.
Look in the pit box. I'm now watching some people who are still in the pit, and you can really see it pouring down.
Yeah.
It's almost like Dutch weather, or British weather for that matter.
Yeah, it works for both of us.
Yeah. I mean, it's been pretty abysmal here last week. I don't know how it's up there. Ever since the storm, it's just been raining.
Hello, Kebab in chat. Yeah, you need to come racing with us again, man. Get into Tier 4. Missed the wheel-to-wheel races we've been having recently. Need to get some more of those on the go again.
I contemplated not streaming this race and participating for all time's sake, although I have like 10 minutes track time here, but luckily we found enough drivers, so we have so I can save myself from that embarrassment. I'd probably be solidly lost, but yeah.
I mean, that's something else to remember as well about this track. It is fairly new to everybody in the league, so
yeah,
not everybody's gonna have had as much track time maybe as some of the other tracks we've been to recently, so we can expect quite a lot of drama, I think, in this race today.
Yeah, and especially with the field being like a mix of probably every tier. It's gonna be very up and down. And yeah, not enough said about the top times so far. So we have Love in P1, just ahead of Edge and Zeldrin, all in the 17s, and yeah, it looks like that will also be the top 3 for the grid, as I don't really see anybody improving in this weather. But yeah, I think Love and Edge had some good qualifying battles before the season, so. And the championship winner as Icon in P4.
Been quite some close racing from the Aston boys in general in this tier. I think I did commentate one of the tier 2 races fairly recently. I can't remember if it was last week or the week before. There's quite a lot of fighting at the front of the grid, which is great to see. So looking forward to some of that. Just over 6 minutes left of this session to go.
Ooh, Gurla! I'm just watching Gurla, and he's he's definitely struggling with the conditions. It looks very slippery out there.
Yeah, we have a very slow Loth going around the outside of the corners. I think he's just letting a few guys by.
Yeah, Tipsy
can't do that for too long, my friend. You'll get disqualified.
Tipsy didn't even bother to qualify, and yeah, Fluffy Dave of course left the session. He's not racing, and then we have Adesi, and I mean he did some laps, but or did he? No, he didn't. But no time yet. Pretorius says 14 drivers. Well, actually it's 13. We had one random, but he left the session. So Pretorius, if you're bored, you can still join and race. It's,
there's still time.
There's still time.
What have we got now? It's just under 6 minutes now. So yeah, go.
Just plug in the wheel, or do a challenge, race on the keyboard for once. Who knows? There are people who are able to do that. So I recently even read about a guy who he used keyboard and mouse. He used like the mouse for steering. Can you imagine that? It must be crazy. As we have.
No, I don't think I'd ever want to try that. That
No,
sounds
me neither.
horrendous.
It does sound horrible. Well, actually, a fun story to tell. Maybe not many people know, but most of my racing career has been on keyboard, actually. Like the old Grand Prix games, the old IndyCar games. Most of the older F1 games I all played on keyboard, and only since F1 2015 or 16 I switched to the wheel. So to actually proper racing, I'm still pretty new, which is strange to say.
That's crazy. I don't think I've ever tried any racing games on keyboard
Yeah,
before.
it's a totally different dynamic. And it's
And
also,
I came from the old sort of console games back in the day, those sort of
Yeah.
like PlayStation 2 and stuff when I was younger. So then when I got into PC gaming, I made sure I had a gamepad of some sort whenever I was racing. So I at the very least had that before I started using a wheel.
it's also a very different dynamic, since you just have like 100% input or nothing. So like my throttle control is still pretty bad. Because you're just used to planting it or not. There's no
Yep.
there's no gradual build up or nothing. Anyway, we have Azaika now, the championship leader. Yeah, I don't know if he's now using the step for practice, or if he's still trying to improve despite the conditions. It's a bit hard to
See,
tell.
this is kind of what I was getting at the earlier time in the session there.
Yeah,
So
they're just
me
using it
personally
as-
as a driver, I'd be using this as practice right now. I'd get my lap times in quick at the start, and then just
Drive.
drive, fill the car
Yeah.
with fuel, and just drive, just get to know the track. Even if you can't go full throttle or that because of the rain, you can at the very least, see if what kind of lines are on. As I say that, as I can around.
Yeah. I mean, you might as well have some fun, right? Maybe
Yeah, definitely.
maybe he's doing some championship donuts here. Yeah. I mean,
100%. I'll be doing practice laps now. Definitely,
from-
there's no better time.
It's also from what I read in the Discord is that it's not a track favored by many drivers, but from what I remember from driving it myself, those 10 minutes, it did look like a pretty fun track. So not sure. Maybe you can tell more about why people might dislike this track. I don't know.
I
is it
can't honestly say
difficult,
why,
or-
because I think I must be in the minority that really enjoy it. Then I find the
Yeah.
track very good fun. It's just like in real life, in the sense of drivers calling it a roller coaster. And it absolutely feels like
Yeah.
that when you drive on here. I think what maybe people struggle with, or certainly one of the things I struggle with, there's a turn just towards the back end of Sector 2. It's the last corner in Sector 2, in fact, where you're coming up a hill over a crest, and you've got a slight right kink into a sharp, almost 90-degree right-hand turn, which then comes down a hill, and you kind of come up to that point. Your apex are completely blind, and trying to work out where to position the car on the track in relation to the entry in those corners is so difficult. And I wonder if it's things like that people dislike the circuit because of that.
Yeah, I kind of like it because it's different. Like, it's not like one of those standard, how to say, F1 Tilke tracks. Like, there's elevation changes, there's some blind corners. It's a real challenge, but yeah.
That's it. I mean, if you nail a lap, it feels great. It feels so good. Like, say, if you get that lap just bang on
Oh,
it,
ice
it feels
wins!
really fun.
Ice wins. Oh, and that's his wing. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, luckily he's at the pit entry, so yeah. Holy.
Oh.
Okay, I just read like something from our earlier chat from Kebab, and he said there's a guy on Twitch that has no arms who plays iRacing with a mouse with his knob and mouth. Okay. That's very interesting. I mean, I can't even drive iRacing properly with a wheel and pedal, so imagine. Yeah, I think nearly everyone is in pit except McKender. Everyone else
McKender's
retired.
just
The
like that.
conditions are just so bad now.
Just over a minute left to go, and McKender just started putting on a bit of a show for us while we wait for the timer in the qualifying session to tick down. Quite keen to get this race underway now.
And we have also Tier 4 champion Ocean Chief in chat. Cheddar is the cheddar? Has Chief had his pills already, or?
Of course,
I'm
Jeddah's where
kinda
we're racing
confused.
next.
Yeah, oh yeah, with that's a lot of... Oh, we're talking about blind corners. Well, Jeddah...
Yeah.
is fantastic at that.
Strange, a different kind of blind because your vision is obscured by walls as opposed to
I have
elevation.
to say, I might also have an unpopular opinion about it, but I kind of like that track. It really feels great for hot lapping.
Yeah. Again,
Although it
same,
might be
same
bad
as this
for
track,
racing,
it flows
but-
nice.
Yeah, yeah.
But racing could be interesting as we've seen in the real life as well. I suspect we'll see a lot of that in the league races too, where if one person slides, has an accident, and there's just going to be like immediate safety car after safety car.
Yeah, well, one guy pushes the other and or slows down and
Yeah.
has to let the other pass, and something goes wrong.
Tipsy Bob strongly disagreeing with us about
Yeah, I'm not gonna
liking
repeat
Portimao.
that. I'm not gonna repeat that on stream. That seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, he does not enjoy this track. Yeah.
Anyway, in other news, Love has pole position. I'll just continue as if nothing happened. And Edge, Zeldrin, Zyken, Aceboy, Meepo on mediums. Might be nice for him. Crystals, Gurla, Kopi, McKender and Icewind, and then Tipsy Bob and Adesi, Fluffy Dave won't be participating in the race. And yeah, on to the race. Let's go.
Here we go then. Dry race, I think. It's going to be dry for the whole thing, I believe.
It is,
so,
although
this is going to be
I
fun.
have to say, you never know that for sure. If you have like a lot of safety cars and you get to the part which isn't predicted in the predictions, then yeah, you might have bad luck. It did happen before, but it's not a likely scenario.
Yep. And in terms of weather, who knows? It all depends if I've got the correct lobby settings. But
oh, didn't Chief tell you to set it to full wet? Oh man, yeah. I remember this was in as we were waiting for the drivers to line up anyway. There was another league where we had the admins consistently make a joke that's gonna be a full red race, and one time one of the drivers actually fell for it and he loaded like a wet setup and it was completely dry.
no!
I was like, damn it, you kept telling everyone it's gonna be a full red race and I had my wet setup. So he was awfully slow.
So, off we go then.
Ooh.
Hardest lap of the race, the formation race. Formation lap.
I mean, you say that, but I saw a lot of drivers spinning on formation laps. It's not that hard to do. I recently did it in iRacing even, so yeah.
Having a quick scan down at the tyres, we've got
behind the
top
safety
10,
car.
of course, are locked on the tyres that they qualified on, with the exception of Bekenda. He's going to start on hards. Icewind will also start on hards. And we have Tipsy, Fluffy, Dave, who's obviously not in this lobby,
AI.
and Adesi, who are all on mediums. So Fluffy Dave is AI, did you say?
Yeah, he didn't join the session, so he should be AI. I think I can also see... yeah, East Coast does. He's also going really slowly for some reason.
AI difficulty is set to 70, I think. So he hopefully won't get too much in other people's way.
Interesting. Edge actually passed Love on the formation lap. Maybe he's practicing take an overtake maneuver somewhere. Although it won't get really defended in a formation lap, so how useful that's gonna be, we don't know. Interesting that McKender and Icewind chose the hard tire. They're usually the most useless tire in the entire game. As
it's a strange decision.
has crashed, I think. Left the session.
Hopefully we can get him back in before the race starts then. Although not that it matters fully to him, he is already crowned the tier champion, is he not?
Azakin has.
Yes.
Yeah. Aceboy is the one who crashed out.
Oh, Aceboy is the crown. Okay, sorry.
Aceboy might be the champion of bad luck, but that's a different kind of champion. Ocean Chief expects 2 safety cars. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. We might see more. It's like I say, it's so easy to spin on this track, and it's a new track to most drivers. The first set of corners, especially. So.
True. Well, let's hope they keep it a bit clean for the start. Aceboy is back.
Waiting for everybody to line up on the grid now.
Yep, here we go. And 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And away we go for the Portimao Grand Prix, and Love and Edge both get a good start. Edge slots in. No, he keeps his cars side by side, and it goes well. Now Ferrari goes off that Zeldrine, and yeah, he got collected there. He was on the outside. That's unfortunate for him.
Garla having a little wiggle coming around the first corner there as well, and then immediately sandwiched either side by Tipsy and Desi there as he's making his way through turn 2.
Oh, and there's a big crash with Icewind. He's out. Icewind is out. That's very short.
That's very early on. Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Icewind.
There's yellows, but there's no virtual safety car or full safety car yet. Nope, we're under green conditions again. Very quick work by the stewards there.
Already Loft starting to pull quite a gap on the guys behind. The top 3 starting to spread out a little bit now. Quite a fight going on at the back I see there, although I think that's the AI. We'll ignore that.
Yeah, but it's also Adesi trying to move up. He's one of the quicker guys in this tier. And Kebab says something about Tipsy's rear and Ice being distracted. As as Copy is now also overtaking Ace Boy into turn 1. Predicted tire thread is soft, medium or soft, medium. I don't know how accurate that is.
He looks like he wants to try and have a go down the inside of Ace Boy here. He's was thinking about hanging around the outside of the next corner, but he's now got a really good run on this DRS straight. DRS, of course, not activated just yet, but hangs back for the time being, slots back into his position, and carries on chasing as somebody's gone very wide there. That was Ace Boy. And that's going to allow Desi past.
No, not right.
Not yet. Quite.
Yeah, Ace Boy had the better line there, so... Oh, and Ace Boy again.
And wide again.
He spins. No, he half spins. He saves it, but he did lose some positions there. Not the best start for Ace Boy, who started in P5, now all the way down to P10.
Has to contend with Tipsy, who's on those soft tyres, is he? Yes, he is. Medium tyres, in fact, he is on, okay.
Yeah.
Ace Boy's got the soft, so Ace Boy should be able to pull away from this then.
Meepo is actually doing very well, crystal spins. What's a better combination?
Does he keep it out of the wall? Just keeps it off that wall.
What's a better combination than crystals and spinning? Meepo actually in P4 on mediums, very good start for him. And the top 3 still within DRS, just about, of each other, so no one running away yet.
DRS should be enabled this lap, I believe, so should see some passes coming in soon.
It looks like Crystals is fine, he's continued on track. So at least he doesn't have damage.
Having a quick look through everybody's ERS situation, it's interesting to see how people look after their ERS when they're in the opening laps when they don't have DRS available. Top 3 seem to have quite a fair bit of battery power. Meepo seems to be using quite a lot, but then I guess we'd expect that as he's desperately trying to hang with the front pack.
Yeah. He might come under attack from Copy soon though. And Edge is actually keeping some good pressure on Love. Love, who has his teammate as Icon right behind Edge, who's in the Aston Martin sandwich. Aston Martin, who've definitely been doing better in Tier 2 than in real life F1.
Yep, and we see Adesi picking up the first set of penalties as Edge goes for a move.
Yep. Makes that stick. And Copy as well, past Meepo as expected on the soft tires.
Not quite though, they come back and it's contact. Copy picks up a penalty for it.
Meepo slows down, gives the position back. Although I don't know 100% if he gave the position back or if he just had an issue himself, but it looked like he slowed down to give the position back, so that's pretty nice.
I'd like to think so, yeah. Looks like he just got it a bit wrong there and just pushed Copy out very wide.
I don't think it was intentional.
No.
Pistorius says something about adding pizza to pineapple. That's a terrible idea.
What? No, that's a brilliant idea.
No.
Oh, yes, pineapple on pizza is amazing.
No. What is wrong with you? Okay, I want a different co-commentator. First of all, I was glad that Bailey got replaced. That I had a replacement for Bailey. I mean, not that Bailey got replaced. Sorry, Bailey. But yeah, now I'm not so sure. As Asakin is actually passing Love, I think.
This looks like team orders here. Oh, that's a very late call for the pits there.
I wonder, did Love pick up some damage, or is this a planned pit stop? I'll stay on board with him for now. Let's see.
They are holding a wing for him, so it looks like he must have picked up damage somewhere.
Yeah.
Not visible though, so it can only have been slight.
Yeah, I wonder how and where he did that.
Oh, and something's going on at the back there. That's Crystals is having another excursion there.
Oh, yep. And he spins again.
Yeah, those tires are going to be cursing him.
He's doing some preliminary donuts. Seems to be a theme of this race. And he doesn't pit. I thought he was gonna pit. He took the line to the inside, but then decided not to. It's a bit strange. Yeah, with all that happening, that means Edge has now pulled away from Icon 2.4 seconds.
Yellow flag in sector 1 as Crystals has gone around again.
Yeah, he did say he didn't really go well on this track without the line yet. He contemplated putting the line back on, but then he said no. So he stuck to no line. But yeah, he's now spinning again. It's okay. I'll save him the embarrassment and switch to something else on track. It's there's a pretty nice train behind Copy now with Meepo, Adesi, and Makander. Makander is actually doing pretty well on those hards.
Yeah, he's managing to hang into the DRS and the Slipstream of the guys in front. We've got the top two are pulling away and gapping now. There's a change of position for Gerla and Aceboy there, I think. They're having a squabble as Eldrin sends it down the inside of Gerla and takes him out.
I just missed that.
So Gerla now has wing damage as a result of that. Just coming into turn 2 there, just looked like Zeldrin carried quite a lot of pace into that corner, maybe a bit more than he perhaps should have, and ran wide, unfortunately collecting Gerla on the way. That's allowed Tipsy Bob to get up and away from the pack now.
Yeah, Tipsy Bob quietly moving up to P8 due to unfortunate accidents of others. That just goes to show you, if you keep it on track, you usually gain some positions regardless.
Imagine we're going to see a pass on Gerla very soon. He is missing a right end plate at the minute. I assume he'll be pitting now for mediums. I don't know if mediums can go to the end from here though.
I don't know either. I mean, the pit stop strats showed at 2 stoppers, but I don't know how accurate that is, obviously. That might explain why Makander and Icewind chose the hards to begin with, trying to do a 1-stop with that. Is that a thing?
I'm not too sure. I do know in one of the practice sessions we did before the race, I tried to do a soft medium and it did work, a 1-stop soft medium, but you had to run the softs until around lap sort of 12, 13, and they were just coming down to the 70% range. It's also worth noting that in the tier 4 race, in the tier 3 race yesterday, we saw guys running soft tyres up until the point when it started raining, and that was around lap 15 or so, so some guys were able to make the soft tyres go quite a long way.
Yeah, that's almost mid-race, so that looks like soft medium.
Yep. So I think it is possible.
And in general, from my experience, the hards are literally undrivable in this game, or at least very slow, as Crystals gets all kind of penalties now.
Yeah, and Crystals has parked his wing in the gravel trap and driven away without it.
And Chief says, Meepo in a good spot, what could possibly go wrong? Yeah, kind of understand that.
Watch this space.
He is doing very well though, but so is Adesi, also mediums, although Adesi has a penalty already.
Yeah, Mepo's going for a move on the copy now down the inside. Adesi's going to follow them through. Are they going to go 3 wide here?
No, he's just covering. And I think Crystals is going to retire the car, and he is. Yeah, Crystals is gone from the session.
An fortunate race for him there then. Looks like he was struggling a little bit with this track today.
A double Mercedes pass on Copy. Running now.
And look at this,
P3
McKenda's now right up behind Copy as well.
Yeah, yeah. As Lof says, the fast lap on mediums. Of course, he had to pit because of that wing damage. And I think he might pit again, but yeah, we don't know for sure. Yeah, McKenna is definitely looking, by the way.
He's looking quick on those hards. Like you said, it's crazy how he's able to make them work so well for him.
Well, he is the Tier 1 championship leader, if my information is correct. So you would expect him to be quick.
See here now as we come around the second to last corner now, very crucial that you get a good exit on this corner. Hold it flat through the final corner and then DRS, ERS the lot down the straight. We'll see if we can see any more passes.
Yeah, but now it's a 4-man train and Copy is third man in the train, so he might have enough to defend with, and yeah, he does.
Yeah, McKenda has the most ERS out of all of them. He's currently got almost a full battery, 90%. Guys in front are around 50%. Meepo at the very front of this train, hovering around the 30% mark. So he's using the most at the minute, understandably, as he's trying to keep everybody behind.
Yeah, and McKenna doesn't need to pass Copy as long as Copy is still in the train. Because there's no guarantee he's going to be faster on those hards than Meepo and Adesi on those mediums. So he's probably just happy to sit here and save his ERS for when he really needs it.
Yeah.
Ethican has slowly closed a bit of the gap to Edge. It was 2.5 seconds, it's now 1.9. So he's putting the work in. And then it's yeah, the train for P3, and then Tipsy in a world of his own. And then we got Zeldrin, who's been unfortunate at the start and then unfortunate with collecting Ace Boy. And Love after that early wing damage on the mediums, the first guy to pit.
Just watching the ERS usage of these guys that are fighting for P3. Every time they come down that straight. Meepo under a lot of pressure from his teammate. I don't know if they are in voice comms with each other or not. So I don't know if we'll see any team orders. I
mean, Meepo is a reserve, so probably not, I reckon. So it might be just for position then.
Yep. In that case.
Zeldrin pits for mediums.
So an early stop there then. So he was running on the softs before. Ace Boy's on a fresh set of mediums currently as well. I don't know if he'll be able to get to the end from here on those tyres. I think it's too early.
It's gonna be tricky. They might need a safety car for that. As Copy is now really falling behind, so McKenna might want to make that pass this lap or end this lap. As he's in danger of falling out of DRS of the Mercedes guys.
Yep, he needs to get that move done quick. He is right on the gearbox of Copy though. He might actually have a chance then on this time down the straight. Pulls out, he's going for it.
DRS now.
Yeah, he has way more ERS. He's been saving it the whole time, the last couple of laps, and just picking his moment. Very good, clean pass. Oh, meanwhile in front, the two Mercedes, they swap positions.
Yeah, I saw that. And as you know, P3. But he does have that penalty. It is 3 seconds for Adesi. And Copy as well, 3 seconds. Although Copy did get pushed wide by Meepo when he got that 3 seconds. So not sure what the stewards will do with that penalty.
Yeah, Desi is actually managing to pull quite a good gap actually on this lap, so he might be able to break DRS. I don't think he'll manage it on this lap, but possibly on the next.
Yeah, Meepo is definitely struggling with the pace of Adesi here. I mean, that's no shame. Adesi has been one of the quickest guys all season. And Meepo is of course a tier 3 driver.
Poppy losing a lot of time to Mikander. Mikander actually gaining
Meepo
on Meepo.
Yeah, Meepo gets a penalty as well. Went a bit wide at the exit of the last turn. So now might be also the time we might see some other pit stops from the soft runners. Lap 12 is still a bit early, but...
I mean, somewhere around about now is when, if you're going to be doing a one-stop, the tyres are going to start falling off about now. They're going to start feeling quite horrible, and it becomes a bit of a mission to try and keep the car in a straight line. So yeah, I mean, I would expect people to hold on to their soft tyres maybe another lap or two, maybe 3 at a push. Like I said, we did see them go up to lap 15 yesterday, although I think that was
because of the
running
rain,
them right down to the canvas just about, yeah.
And they might have been pushing a little bit less because they knew they had to save tyres.
Exactly, yeah. So we will see soon, any minute now, we'll start seeing some pits from the front guys.
Riding on board with Mikander. Also,
what do we think his game plan is then? He's running on the it's the front 2 pits. Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt myself there. Front 2 are in the pits now, so they're going to be swapping onto those medium tyres.
I mean, obviously just gonna run their hearts until I think 10 laps to go, and then go for a soft stint. And you don't want the soft stint to be too long, I guess, because they fall off at the end, as you said. So probably something like that, I don't know. He's doing well,
Me just for a split second, part of me wondered if he's able to pull a gap, would he be tempted to run to the last lap and then pit on the final lap?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? For him, it's just practice for T1 anyway. He has nothing to gain here, and they've been following on board quite a while. I like seeing his general driving style, like smooth braking and throttle inputs, good racing line.
Yeah, he's able to almost float around the corners a little bit. When you watch some of the other guys tend to kind of jerk themselves around the corner a little bit.
Yep. And
top 3 are all within a second of each other now, of course, so Makenda's going to be within range to have another go at the top guys now.
Yeah. Edge might be gaining a lot of time soon though, on those fresh mediums.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that time difference.
As suddenly Tipsy finds himself in P5. I hope that doesn't see where else we've got. That doesn't shock the old man as my cat climbs on the computer, which is never a good sign because he tends to push the off button a lot. Okay, we're safe. Got it in time.
Loughlin is within that DRS of Copy, so possibly able to put a bit of pressure on Copy now. Tyres are quite a bit older, of course. Copy is on those fresh mediums, but Lough is able to hang on.
Yeah, Lough was one of the guys who was quickest in qualifying, and of course didn't have much luck. He actually started pole. Yeah, now he's dropping out of DRS. It doesn't look like he can hold that pace with the fresh mediums. And I do think Lough has to pit again, so he's probably hoping for a safety car or something.
He is burning a lot of VRS trying to hang on there. I'm just trying to look at Zyken's all over the back of Tipsy Bob now as well, so that's another battle that's developing here. And Mikander is gonna... He's within 2/10 of Mepo. I don't think it's enough to pull a move because Mepo's getting quite a drag from Adesi as well.
And Adesi is pitting actually.
Oh, Mikander gets past Adesi.
Huh? No, Adesi just moved to the side randomly. I don't know.
Yeah, that was really odd.
I first thought they were at a straight.
Oh, and a Zyken on Tipsy. A Zyken's going to come down past on the inside of Tipsy now into turn 1. He's made that move stick. Can he hold it round turn 2? Tipsy will get another chance to cut back on him. Unable to take advantage of that. We'll have DRS now though up over the hill and down this next straight.
Yeah, but like he's on 14 lap old mediums. So as Icon will probably be gone in 2 corners.
AI
Yeah,
of Fluffy Dave making a pit stop.
Let's go 70% AI. As
Onto hards. That's an interesting choice from the AI.
Yep. I mean, the AI thinks it's a 2-stop, so it has to go in hards to make it a 1-stop. I'm still a bit confused about Adesi. That was really weird. He just pulled to the side and now he's struggling to keep the pace. So he's not pitting either. So I'm not sure what happened there.
I wonder if it's possible that he perhaps ran out of ERS and his car was therefore slowed right down. He is towards the low end of the ERS bracket. He's hovering around the 30% mark for most of the time here. Oh, as we see another move. Makenda and Meppel, they're side by side for the second corner. Makenda's going to try and hang it around the outside. Has the DRS. I think he's got this.
Yeah,
he has.
Yeah, he was well passed. That's not a corner I expected an attack, but it did work, so well done. And Edge already made up like 2.5 seconds since his pit stop. That's looking good for Edge, especially with Azaiken losing more time behind Tipsy Bob when he was there. He's now 4.5 seconds behind, and it was 2 before the pit stop, so looking good for Edge.
Because he's our net leader at the minute. I think a pit stop here is about 20, somewhere between 23 and 25 seconds, I think.
I mean, you would know better than me, so you actually.
It is a very, very short pit stop. Very short pit stop. It's actually very easy to speed coming into the pit stop as well because the line is just immediately there. As soon as you pull off the track, the line is there.
Yeah, a perfect spot to get 5 seconds.
Yep. Just trying to look where else we have a close fight. We have got Copy within half a second of Tipsy Bob now, and looking like he wants to make a move onto the start-finish straight here now. The gap is closing steadily.
Yeah, both are a bit veteran SLR racers. And it's not a particularly fair battle with Copy on much fresher tires, but does have to make the move, of course.
Gets past cleanly, that's what's important. He's running net P3, so he's going to want to hang on to that.
I think if he had a safety car right about now, then the top 3 would be really happy.
Yep. And Tipsy Bob. I would really suit Tipsy Bob as well.
I'm showing the Mercedes and my cat is now scratching the screen. I don't know where that reaction came from.
I think we know what your cat's priorities are.
Go away. So, my screen is cat free again, and yeah, we still have the top 3 closely following each other. Although Adesi now
pits.
That's quite early, I think. Well, 15 laps. I mean,
he's going for softs. It's a bit of a long shot. I mean, like I say, it's doable. We saw it yesterday, but I'm not sure in a dry race, a full dry race, that's the best idea. We'll see.
We're also at the part of the season where some drivers might not prepare race strategies or race setups as much as they do in the beginning of the season. So they just run some time trial setup and don't know what the tire wear is. So if you pick the wrong one, you might have like a terrible tire wear or unbalanced setup for the race. So that might also contribute. I'm just guessing here, but.
Yeah, possible. I mean, it's the penultimate race of the championship at the end of the day, so only one more to go next week. So yeah, people slowly winding down. Or then you also have people like, I mean, myself. I've been just trying random setups in the closing stages of the championship, just as a bit of a practice or a bit of R&D for next season. So we might see that from a few people as well.
As I see the AI of Fluffy Dave getting lapped, so unfortunate for the 70% AI, it's not good enough for tier 2.
Just hanging on to that P12 though, so 2 more positions and it might be points for the AI.
Yeah. Give him a seat in tier 4. And he will still have points.
I'm just going to keep an eye on this battle for P6 at the minute.
Yeah, Desi is in between Lof and Tipsy Bob now. As we have a yellow.
I think that's Gerla. There is a move being made on the start-finish straight. This might turn into 3 wide the way it's going. Desi's made it safely past.
Yeah.
Loth is going to go for it as well.
Yeah.
Again, though, as you come around to that T2, so I mean, when you come around the T1, if you're on the inside, it puts you at a disadvantage, and if the person you've passed can sometimes get a nice bit of a run and switch back down the inside of turn 2. It's an effective way to get your position back if you lost it.
Thor says maybe Alex is a bit loud. Well,
Am I?
really? It sounds.
Maybe if I stick my mic right here.
I mean, I'm checking the volume levels. It's okay. But yeah, I don't know.
I can tone it back a bit. Just relax a bit. How's
It's
that?
probably also because I have a dial on my headset which can switch between game sound and voice sound. It's like 2 separate sound cards in one. So I can put the volume of the game up or you up in my headset, but it might not show on stream, which is why I usually keep an eye on the volume levels in stream, but they seem fine, so oh well.
Nobody else complaining about it yet,
Yeah.
so
As Adesi said, fastest lap on the fresh sauce. You'll have
Tipsy in the pits now.
We'll still have to make up quite some ground to have a chance against Edge. Yeah, Tipsy the second one of the medium starters to go on to the softs. We still have Mekanda who's on hard stay. He will probably stay out the longest. And Meepo on 19 lap old mediums.
Yeah, and Edge has been catching this entire time. He's now only 12.2 seconds behind.
Yeah, Edge's been doing well.
So, he will re-inherit the lead and then some when these front 2 guys pit.
I think if Edge, but that's a big if Edge makes no mistakes and keeps it clean, he'll likely win the Grand Prix.
Yeah, he's got a really nice gap to Zykin, who himself actually has a sizable gap to Copy as well. So the top 3 spaced out quite a bit now. Looks like they will be taking those positions if they can just keep their cool and just keep it nice and tidy to the end of the race. Lots of points for them.
Yeah, and unfortunately Meepo couldn't hang on to McKenna. That would have really helped his case. Now he might be in danger because Adesi of course undercut him and is going really quickly around the circuit. It's catching to Copy really fast as well.
Yeah, I think if Meepo's fallen out of the DRS range now of Makenda, he's a bit of a sitting duck to Edge, who's catching at quite some pace. It's probably a good time for him to consider pitting now.
Yeah, and also, I mean, the podium will be Edge, Ezekin, Adesi, and Meepo and Makenda were also in the train with Adesi. And if Adesi... Ooh, that might not help either.
That's a painful penalty to get
6
now.
seconds, yeah. And he might fall out of the podium battle with that one. Makenda...
Keep an eye on that.
Makenda might be still interesting though.
He says it's about to get spicy. Yeah, I think it will do actually once we've got a couple more pit stops out of the way, as Maple does come into the pits now.
Yeah.
Stops it bang on the line there. That was very close.
I wonder how much time he has lost to it, as he was like, yeah, just outside DRS, and now I think it's gonna be like 4 or 5 seconds maybe even.
Yeah, Desi's coming around the final corner now. He's bombing it down the straight. It's gonna be close. I think he's gonna pass him. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that was for sure for me. But that undercut, he should always be ahead. It's not as bad as I thought, but it's still nearly 3 seconds. So Meepo has to do a lot of work, as Love now pits for the second time to go in the soft. So his mediums did not last to the end, as you kind of predicted.
Softs will definitely go to the end now, though. So anyone pitting now for softs will make it to the finish.
And surprisingly, it's been pretty quiet race, except for Icewind crashing in the first lap and Crystal's having some difficulties. No.
Yeah, it's been quite clean.
No VSCs, no safety cars. Not much people who spent. I think we saw Gerla a couple of laps ago having some difficulties, but other than that, no big issues.
Some nice close racing though as well, which is good. You're always a bit nervous when it's a slightly reduced grid, but there's been quite a few little pockets of battles going on. We actually have one forming now between Adesi and Copy. Desi, of course, on those fresh softs will be looking to challenge for Copy's position. That'll put him in net P3.
Yeah, and Tipsy also pitted and Love also pitted,
Desi's
so
gone for it. Desi sent it down the inside. He's made that move stick. Will Copy get a switch back into turn 2? Come up the hill now towards turn 3. Copy will have that DRS. There's a second chance to try and get back again, but I think he's already fallen too far back. That half a second is a bit much.
yeah. And Ace Boy surprisingly pits for a second time. He'll probably fit the soft tire as well. And yeah, it's just Makanda now still has to pit. And
Strange that he hasn't pitted for softs yet, so
Yeah,
maybe
it's
he is going to
10
go
laps
to the
to
final
go.
lap.
it's 10 laps to go. He might go now, or he might do what you said and just continue on the hards for the sake of it.
Oh, there we go. He's in now.
10 laps
That's
to go.
unfortunate. I kind of wanted to see him go to the end.
That's kind of nice. I predicted that one, that he would go with about 10 laps to go. Both had our predictions going correctly then.
So
let's
fresh
see.
softs for Makenda. Let's see if the Tier 1 driver can make it back to the top then before the end of the race. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge for him. He's going to come out in a lot of traffic though.
Yeah, it's
A lot of traffic.
as Chief said, it's gonna get spicy, and it is.
So he
Just
spits
had
himself
a-
out right in front of Mepo. Look at
Yeah.
that. Just slams the door in his face coming into turn 1.
Yeah. And that's racing as well. And he needs to get past Copy quickly if he wants to catch a Desi who... oh yeah, he's
Immediately
not
on the charge.
waiting at all. He's like, yep, I'm gone. Although Copy is not totally giving up yet, but yeah, just no way on those 10 lap old mediums to do something against the soft. So yeah, Makendra's now virtually on the podium because Adesi has that penalty, of course.
This is net P3. Copy and Mepo are now going side by side. Going around this blind right hander. You have to be so careful to get on the power carefully going down the hill there. Easy to spin out.
Mapo makes that stick, although he has 6 seconds. Let me check the penalties to be sure. Yeah, 6 seconds. Adesi, Copy, Tipsy, Ace Boy and Girl, I have 3 seconds. Everyone else is still devoid of any penalties. So track limit's not a huge issue on this track.
Yeah, which is unusual because we saw a lot of penalties yesterday. Admittedly, it was raining, so a lot of guys running wide. Of course, that then counts towards off tracks and such as well.
Yeah, normally I'd say this is tier 2, so you'd expect like a bit higher standard, but I can't really say that because half of the grid is like tier 1, tier 3, tier 4, everything.
Yeah, we've got a nice mix of ability today.
We don't really have a lot of full-time runners, as Love improves the fastest lap to 18.1. Might see
Keeping an eye on Makenda now. Makenda's managed to get within that second gap of Adesi now, so will he be patient and wait till start finish line, or is he just going to continue charging as he has done a minute ago?
Yeah, 8 laps to go. I mean, he might still catch Azakan after that, but Edge, I think, looks safe. Azakan definitely does not look safe. But yeah, Edge too far ahead.
Just edging his way out in front there.
Yeah. Bailey would make annoyed noises now. He hates it when I continuously make bad puns. As Makenda now definitely gonna make the move. And sets the fastest lap while doing that.
Wow.
So in traffic, an 18 flat.
This is why he's tier 1.
Yeah, probably.
So immediately within the 1 second of his icon as well, so he's really not hanging about here.
Although the last time I said Makenda is doing what he needs to do, he crashed out. That is a while back, because then Makenda was still a full-time tier 2 driver, but I still remember it.
Zeldrin's pitting from P8.
Finest commentary curses, as Zeldrin indeed pits. He's probably also going on the fresh softs. Yep.
Not sure if that's going to serve him too well. Does he have penalties as well? I mean, I believe he He does not. Okay,
No,
so
he had no penalties.
yeah.
He might have get a penalty after the race though with that for that contact with Ace Boy.
Oh, of course, yeah. That could be a job for FIA to have a look at.
Yes, we might see McKendler make a move on Azaikon already. Although, yes.
Oh, he is closing quick. He's closing quick.
Yeah, he's no ERS though. Is he gonna
It'll be a very late dive if he does go for it. He's pushing him around turn 1.
He's keeping. Probably he has to wait a lap at least.
Oh, McKendler gets a big slide edge one coming
Yeah,
out turn 2 there.
I'd say that was 30 air though. It is a thing a little bit in this game.
It's like in all sorts of trouble now. He's got McKendler all over the back of him.
Yeah, but this is not a part of the circuit where he should be worried. Although he is missing
Oh,
the
and
apex a bit there.
sideways
and is
moment
having
there, yeah.
He missed the apex and had a bad exit at the same time. Yeah, and that definitely cost him the position. Might just.
Well, here we go then. 5-second gap to Edge.
It's not impossible. I said Edge is safe, but McKendler is making such quick work of the traffic, and he's going a second lap quicker. So yeah.
And that time is plummeting. He's already it's jumping around at the minute, but 2/10 down again already. So that time is falling fast.
If I was
3/10
Edge,
down now.
if I was Edge, I would just save everything from my ERS for when I need it. But who knows? He might
Yeah,
have
I
to
think
defend like 1 or 2 laps in the end. It's gonna be close.
Yeah, Desi's also on the back of his Zyken now as well. So Desi with those fresher soft tires, chasing down his Zyken, who's on those 1 mediums.
Yeah, although
So his Zyken's gonna have his work cut out.
Although he has like the oldest soft tires of the top 5 with 9
Yeah, he's
levels,
carrying a penalty as well, of course. So he will have to clear a Zyken and then some in order to get that position.
They were actually championship rivals at some point during the season, so it's kind of nice to see that back in action in this race.
Looking back to McKendler, he's now got that gap down to 4 seconds. That's 1 second in 1 lap.
Yeah.
He's going to be on the back of Edge by the end of this race.
He's definitely, we're definitely going to see a fight for the lead, which is nice. And I might see a Desi try something here. As Zyken will have no DRS. I don't think he's close enough yet.
Been a very late dive if he did decide to go fly. Might have a chance on the second DRS straight. If he can get a good exit here at turn 2 now. Which he does. Is he going to go for it? He has a look.
He was looking.
Thinks better of it. Of course, this is costing him time to his teammate now, Mapo, who is within that half a second as well, so he's catching them all. Have a nice little 3-way fight.
This time not struggling in that corner. This time he had a nice line through there and a good exit, so actually allowed him to get away with a few tenths.
McKendler still closing that gap to Edge. It was another half a second gone, but it's a bit more now already. Looks like it's going to be
another second.
Just under another second this lap, yep. Nope, it's going to be a full second again, so gap down to 3 seconds.
Yeah, we will see like a battle on the last lap, which is, or maybe, if he's not close enough on the straight, then it's going to be difficult. He needs to be there before, if that makes sense. As Desi now definitely.
Oh, that's a late dive. That's a very late dive, but he's making it work.
It was okay.
He's holding his Icon wide, but he's got a bad line now coming out of this corner to the DRS straight. He might get another chance here though.
And as Icon's ERS light is blinking, which Desi probably has seen as well. They are giving each other a lot of respect. Asukin could have closed the door there, but he didn't. So good fighting by those two.
Meepo looks like he's itching to get involved in this battle as well. He's getting ever closer and keeps peaking as well.
Yeah, let's just hope that doesn't end in Mercedes Tiers. Although as a Dutchman,
Hopefully
I don't mind. But Selvin now gets a penalty, which doesn't really help his race. And as he's making some mistakes, maybe he's starting to struggle with those older softs now a little bit.
Another lap down, and it's another second taken out of Edge's lead now. Just about, it looks like Edge is losing a lot of time in the final sector to Makenda. It seems to be where he's making the most gains.
Yeah, it's also the one with the most, well, yes, the most corners, or the slowest corners maybe?
Yep.
Yeah.
No change of position for P3 then. These guys still holding their spots for the time being, although Desi looking very racy once more on the back of his icon.
Yeah, but Desi's tires are dropping off as well, so it's now more a battle on equal footing, I'd say. Meepo actually might be the fastest of those three, but he just has no way to pass when they are both... when Adesi still has DRS.
And all three of them very low on their ERS. I think if I was in Meepo's position now, I'd be trying to save ERS a little bit, at least try and get 50 to 60%. You might be able to get a lucky double pass on the straight.
Yeah, Adesi seems to be like dropping off a bit, especially in the final sector, which doesn't help him in his attack on Asuka, as he needs to be close to attack on that straight. As talking about attacking on the straight, Makender is really closing in now. What's helping Edge is that he now has DRS from Gerla, who's a back marker, so that's interesting.
Yeah, so the gap does increase a little bit, but he only gains about 2/10 out of that. That's not enough at this pace to keep Makender away.
Yeah, Makender will be like within half a second at the end of this lap, and then we might see, I think he has one shot in the final lap. Maybe two on that second DRS rate.
The late pit stop from Copy, I wonder if this is going to be a fastest lap attempt.
Makender is just desperately trying to close that gap. And Edge is probably...
Oh, and there's a pass between the Mercedes.
Okay.
Mepo has finally, sorry to cut you up there, Mepo's finally managed to jump past the Desi there.
Yeah, I mean, it probably doesn't matter for both of them, as they both carry penalties which will promote Asuka to P3 anyway. But yeah, Makender is now really closing in. It's 8/10 with and yeah, that final sector does suit him. But is he gonna be close enough to attack on that final straight? I'm not so sure. Edge is trying everything he can. Yeah, 8/10. I think Edge is safe for now.
Both got about the same amount of ERS as one another, so if McKenna's going to do this, it has to be on DRS alone, which is a tough ask.
Yeah. I don't think... Ooh, Edge makes a mistake there. Edge makes a mistake and loses like half a second in two corners. But yeah, McKenna is still not close enough to attack here. I think Edge is safe if he makes no mistake. If he makes a mistake, then Makender will be first to pounce.
He does need to be careful, like say this last sector is where Makender seemed to be gaining most of his time, so it's clearly where Edge is weakest out of the two of them. He's going to have to cover off every inside line around every corner in that last area.
Man, we've been spoiled with this finish here, as Makender is going to make the move on the inside. They touch. Edge giving him no space at all, but... they're still side by side. Oh, Makender does a switchback.
Edge is going to hang it around the outside. He's going to have the inside line for the final corner. Can he keep Makender on the outside? He's desperately trying, but I think Makender might have this.
Yeah,
he's
Makender's
through.
gonna make it stick. What a move. What a last lap battle. But is Edge giving up? No, he's not. It's gonna go all the way to the straight, but Makender just about wins. What a race finish, and as I can, Adesi and Meepo are very close as well. But as I can obviously on penalties easily third. Then Adesi and Meepo. Love's gonna finish P6, as I think Gerla had an incident as well. But what a
Tipsy having a bit of a spin there on the back straight, but yeah, amazing last last lap.
Those few corners side by side. Edge really giving the minimum amount of space to McKenna, but just enough to respect him. Really good racing by both, but in the end, McKenna's soft tires held, and he just about wins it. As Copy indeed set the fastest lap, as you rightly thought so.
One extra point going his way today.
Well, not really, because he's tier 1, but yeah. As Zeldrin finishes the race in P10, not what he would have hoped for after his starting grid position, but still P10. Some people would be very happy with that in chat. Yeah, so McKendor, driver of the day, according to the game.
Skipping delightedly onto the podium.
I mean, it did look like the reverse strategy was very powerful today.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many options available to you when you start on the harder compound. You can, react to how the race is going towards the latter stages of the race. Yeah. Kender's used that to his advantage.
So McKendor, Edge, Ezekin, Adesi, Meepo, Love, Copy, Tipsy, Aceboy, Zeldon, and then Gerla and AI of Fluffy Dave, who finished P12, unfortunately for the AI. And then we've had Crystals and Icewind that did not finish the race. Icewind not even completing more than like 500 meters or something. Yeah,
that was unfortunate from Icewind today.
Yeah, who would you say is the driver of the day? I mean, I don't really want to give it to McKendor as he's a tier 1 driver and probably expected to do stuff like this.
Yeah, I'm the same. I mean, Edge's defending was really quite good towards the end of the race there. I know he still got past, but he was able to hold McKendor out for a reasonable amount of time and left him space where he needed to. Other good performances, I thought, Zyken did really well to keep it nice and clean. Didn't pick up any penalties at all today and was able to hold that P3.
I'd say like Meepo coming from tier 3 and keeping up with guys like Zyken and Adesi, who are the front runners in tier 2, is really surprising to me.
Yeah, he had a very clean race as well.
Even though he did get the penalties, of course, but yeah, I'd say for me it's like Meepo, just because of the skill level involved in trying to compete with tier 2 drivers. That's pretty impressive.
I'd be happy to go with that as well. I think that's a very fair judgment.
Let's see if we have somebody in interviews already, as I'm trying to close the game.
We have a grand total of nobody. 0. Nobody wants to come and speak to us.
Yeah.
Where are you guys? Come on.
Probably justified. They heard me making 3 or 2 bad jokes and then just left.
It's a rage quit.
As Kebab says in chat, Meepo to tier 2 when? Well, maybe next season?
Yep, there might well be a seat for him.
I mean, we might. I don't know even if we even get to 4 tiers next season. Unless it's like new season and new people, but we'll see. We hope to.
Be a couple of shake-ups coming, I'm sure, but we look forward to it. I think everybody now towards the end of this season, I'll be looking forward to the next season and getting going there with a fresh set of points and another chance to challenge for the title.
Yep. So yeah, it looks like nobody's in interview, so I'll guess we'll call it a day then.
Everybody too tired. We have a kebab.
That's not a driver. I mean, I can interview kebab, but it
interview the spectators.
It won't really help. No, it's fine. I mean, we had a great race. We had a lot of entertaining battles, and of course, the last lap battle between McKendor and Edge was very nice to see. So yeah, just be sure to check out tomorrow for tier 1, and let's hope for more of the same. And yeah, thank you, Boosted, for covering for Bailey.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me. Been good fun, like you say. I think we were spoiled with a nice last lap fight there, and even throughout the duration of the race, lots of three-way battles and stuff going on. So plenty of action up and down the grid, which was great to watch and great to commentate on.
Yep, agree. So from me and Boosted, good night everybody, and see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye.